Hello, hello, hello. All right. It looks like it's moving, Neuro. Can you not hear it? Hello, Neuro. Oh, it's good. Okay. All right. I don't know. It was showing on mine. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I told you the secrets of life, and you missed it. Um. But anyway, again, I don't know if you heard it or not, but Friday tomorrow morning, a lot of data, a lot of data, a lot of good data. So I expect that we're gonna have great movement. But today's data, we're seeing, again, European weakness down. They're seeing their core numbers go down as they should. So yeah, we'll see. But dollar, oh, excuse me. Bostic says U.S. interest rates are high enough. And you notice there's not a color next to it because it's like, yeah, this dude says anything he wants. Um, Obviously they're restrictive. It's just how restrictive and how long are they going to let it take? So we shall see. Which is, again, it's a decent claim by Bostic, but that doesn't mean that, is it protected from additional, potential incoming problems? And I would say the answer is probably no. So we will see. Um, all right, let's go across and go into the charts. Um, Continue to deteriorate, and again, as it should, right? Markets have been doing pretty decent, you know, down a third of a percent. It's not a huge move, right? It just continued to deteriorate. None of the data has really been horrible. None of it has been, out of the ordinary as far as what the Fed would be looking for. Um, it's fine. I mean, 13's, it's decent. It's not like, again, there's not a warehouse to this. It's not like we're running out of VIX. VIX can spike, pretty easy anytime that, something unexpected comes up. Oh, you want me to do yours too? Oh, there you go, buds. Good job. Good job. Um, he's like attached to my hip. So yeah, continue to deteriorate. Dollar. Yesterday morning at 9:30 was basically the peak. We saw the dollar kind of shoot down in a parabolic move, and then again we started to have the rally back up again, and we came back down and we kind of grabbed it here. Um, Again, it rallied right back up to where we were. Excuse me, yesterday morning. Ugh. Yes, definitely tired. Kit was up a few times last night. So we are at a 50% retracement level. Are we going to see some dollar weakness come in? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's the last day. It's rallied up pretty well. There is some selling up here. It kind of pushed where the zone originally formed. And again, it was an old level here, based in it. Harry Pottered it. We're back up to that area of sellers. Right above that, there's not really. I wouldn't say there's tons. There's a little bit of a hiccup here, getting it back up to that 104 region. Um, eh, it's not bad. I mean, it's up a little bit, but it's just retracing what we lost yesterday. Right now, all the indices, a little bit. I mean, when I say a little bit, less than a quarter of a percent up. Just barely holding on. ES point 0.1, NQ basically 0.19, 0.2, 0.25 for YM, and then Russell 0.13. So not really the best of levels. Commodities. Now, commodities all except oil, right? Oil up at 82.50. What the heck? Going the opposite direction. That's not what I asked for my birthday. It's absolutely not what I asked for my birthday. Was not looking for that to go up. Yeah. Anyway, it's up. Natural gas. Natural gas is down 0.75, but we're up at 275 again, right? 275.8. It's like, really? Really? We were in the 40s. We were 30 cents lower than this. And again, some of that is because, I mean, again, I'll click on it. You can see what's happening. You can see it, any stock line pre-market. You have that whole IDA thing, right? Or not IDA, Italia or whatever, however you say it. That thing, it made landfall, but people are still concerned about it right now. So until that is done, we're gonna, maintain. Yeah, like, oh god, there's a hurricane. Okay, so it spiked. It's starting to pull back down again. I like it. I think coming back down, you can see it really spent a ton of time there. I think if we base right here, I think that makes the most sense. So, I think it probably comes back down and kind of stabilizes itself around 270. So we'll see. Gold and silver Both up just a smidge, 0.07. Nothing, nothing earth-shatteringly crazy. Um, um, all right, so yeah, with that, let's go over into the currency charts. So right now we're talking about getting a decent turn here. We never really got it. We came back up, and you can see it looks like on Tuesday we got the red, green, red here. We were talking about getting it here, right? We got it here. It came back up, used this level, hit it again, and then kind of again it kept using the same old level where buyers were, and then we spiked, and now you can see the dollar strength is coming back in. So we are, it is coming in. Um, we're not really out of the channel. I mean, when we talk about Tuesday where we were, we're kind of sitting here. We're 15 pips from where we were. So not tons of movement. It is down 0.06 from where we were yesterday, but that's about to kind of deteriorate very. If we hold here, that 0.06 is going to disappear very, very fast as we kind of come back in. Now, we know there's a lot of congestion here. Let me remove these three things. Boom, 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 boom. You can see all that right there, right? Oh, yeah, I guess you didn't hear that part if your sound was working. Yeah, it just went by way too fast, Neuro. It was kind of like with all the kids starting school, it was literally like boom, 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 trying to get all the kids off. It was Jen's first day. She cried trying to get on the bus. I picked her up, found um there's an older girl. She loves to find older girls. It's like, oh, this is Victoria. I was like, this is Jen, just basically crying. Jumped on the bus, put her next to this girl, Victoria. I was like, all right, I'm out, and then rolled. But she got off the bus and she was all smiles and happy, so she had a great day. It was just the first. She'd been on a bus before, but like not by herself. Thankfully, there's other kids on the bus. So, but now the sad thing is like, so they do a staggered start. So she's home today, tomorrow, Friday, as they do the staggered start for the little kids, and then obviously Monday they're off for the holiday, right? And then yeah, so yeah, it was like we got to go yesterday. It was great. She's like, when do I go to school again? It's like not for 5 more days. So yeah, it was good experience for her. Asher and Reese, both. Reese was like, it was fine. And then Asher actually had a pretty good day. So he was pretty excited about that. So yeah, everybody's good. But yeah, I blinked and it was like 5 o'clock. So I told Melissa, I was like, hey, Saturday. She's like, can we just do your birthday on the weekend? I was like, yeah. I was like, so Saturday? I was like, I'm doing nothing. You're watching the kids all day. You're not sleeping late. Like, it's you. I'm just going to, do my thing. Um, I'm supposed to go, one of my players, one of my like really close players, he has like his toughest football game of the entire season as the first game. They did it right out of the block. So I'm gonna hopefully go see him on Saturday. I'm literally gonna wake up and I think it's gonna be a Bloody Mary morning. I'm gonna wake up, have a nice spicy, hot Bloody Mary, and when Melissa's like, "Can I sleep in?" I'm gonna say no, no, because I didn't get to do anything. I literally was like, I had 20 minutes to get all the kids ready yesterday, so it was crazy. Um, and my mom's thing. My mom's surgery went well. Um, yeah, first surgery, no problem. Second surgery, she was like, yeah, the anesthesia didn't really knock me out, so I was awake for the whole thing. I was like, they were scraping and using a laser on your eyeball, and you remember and you were aware of all of it. I'm like, oh hell no, someone would have died. They're like, yeah, sometimes it happens. The medication just doesn't kick in. It's like, hell no. I was like, you wouldn't have touched me. So yeah, that's what my mom dealt with yesterday. So yeah, the doctor wants her to file a grievance or whatever. I was like, Mom, and you let them do this? They were scraping and lasering your. You could like smell and hear your eyeball sizzling. She's like, yeah. I was like, what's wrong with you? So yeah, yeah. And they were like, yeah, sometimes it doesn't take effect. I was like, hell no, it wouldn't happen, guys. So yeah, so that's my mom. Yeah. So yeah, there was almost we almost had a fight there. All right. So right now, I would say the hardest part about this one right now is we have the trending here, and then again we kind of have a slow one here. There's just not enough news. I think for non-farm is really kind of what we see. Is kind of where the big movement is going to be. Right now it's a little bit too early to set it up. I like to see where we push. I mean, obviously there was a zone here, right? We had the red, green, red, and then that's where the original zone was, and it touched it and pushed back down again. But we're still not able to chop through. So the problem right now is we can't really. Not as good as I thought. No. I mean, it was fine. Like I hung out with them all last night, but yeah, it was just it'd be nice to take a vacation day where like I don't have to do anything. And it was just hard because it was everybody's first day of school, even though Jen's off today. So, um, yeah, yeah. Kip was the best. He was the best behaved kid yesterday. Normally, it's the exact opposite. So, um, yeah, he put himself to bed, took his own nap. He climbed into bed, pulled a sheet up, and went to sleep. I was like, holy crap, he just put himself down for a nap. Wow. And then I was trying to play catch up. Um, so yeah, no trend, no, again, 0.00 right now, stuck in the inside of his zone. I'd like to see how this one sets up for non-farm tomorrow. I think this could be a decent one because it will have some gold play as well. Also, again, kind of the same thing. We talked about 94, 91. You can see that there was yesterday morning a little tiny bit of an 830 just peek through, and then the red, green, red kicked in. Right, the red, green, red kicked in. I had you put that piece right up there. Again, a little bit much. I mean, you have to kind of adjust it. That's 25. Would have done it from the top, but you can see it came back up and grabbed that same level, right? And again, continue to push down. Kind of ran into the same problem, right? You got all the selling or all the buying coming in here, and there's like even a test of this level, and that's exactly what it ran off of, right? That's exactly what we're bumping into. So, what does it do now? It's kind of the same thing. It's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Also, again, we'll have some action tomorrow. Not tons, but you will see some movement in there tomorrow. As of what's going to do right now, with non-farm tomorrow and all the data out, I really feel like it's going to have a hard time really kind of breaking through the top or the bottom. I think it will probably bounce back and forth until that US data comes in. Obviously, it's not a US pair, but gold's a proxy. Yen is, I'm sorry, Aussie's a proxy. Yen is a proxy. There will probably be some movement in this one. I don't know that it's going to be the best one, but right now, stuck in between sellers and buyers, it's just trending in sideways and doing nothing. It's down 0.04 since yesterday's close. So, not doing a whole lot. So, not really a great trade setup. Now, this one did have a punch higher. You can see here, we talked about the 108.85, and you can see yesterday, actually Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we kind of hit it and it pulled back down again. So that was a nice little trade set up in there from the last time we talked. You can see that was a little tiny one. It was 10 pips risk, right? And 30 in the other direction is right. Actually, did it not make the 1-3? Oh, hold on. I don't have the zone drawn right. There. I was like, wait a second, I didn't draw correctly. I was like, I know that one moved. Um, you can see punched all the way back down, and again, it did what it was supposed to do based off that top. So it put a new top in that level, confirmed it, and yeah, yeah, pushed to the downside. Um, since that time, it did actually break through this 50, and again, this wasn't really the best 50. It had pushed it pretty deep in there. It ended up going up, and it ended up grabbing this group right here, this group of sellers right here. Um, it's fine, you know. Pull those off now because now we know where the sellers are at. With that top in there now, again, this one didn't hold it. It pushed a little bit deep, so we can take that one off. We can actually take, let's see, let's take this off. Let's run this from bottom because we do have a defined bottom now. You can see the 23s got sliced through. 1, 2, 3 popped it up. 4 sliced through. Let's see. Pull that, pull that. Actually, you're going to use this. This was actually not the worst of bottoms. Let's use that. That one didn't slow. This one chopped back and forth. It may have some issues with this area. Fortunately, this red is too far. I'm not as interested in that. That's when I used it there. Dropped and they came back and used it. There's a zone here. I don't know that I want to play with that one much. It's 10 pip or two. So if we can get down to here, right? And again, it's probably going to be a bit of a hiccup. It's probably kind of chop back and forth. But if we can push all the way down to there, it only needs to move 51 pips. It's got a 74 pip daily ATR. Could we have dollar strength rolling in preparation for non-farm tomorrow, and then non-farm disappoint and be negative, and then do this? Absolutely, absolutely, right? Absolutely. Let's grab this from the top down. That really lines up these two as well. So yeah, I mean, right now we're kind of in no man's land. There's a zone here, but unfortunately, I mean, this is we're not drawing the zone like that. Um, 25 pips on this one, no thanks. Um, so right now, I think let this one pull down, or even potentially. I mean, I guess you could potentially play that as well. If we pull back and then look for a push down. I'm trying to see if that would line up, but it's not really in a great area. That's just a continuation of this side. So, 10 for 30. So yeah, I think that one's set up like that for the next 24 hours. Um, it's like, hey, sorry I didn't text you yesterday. I was like, oh, it's totally fine. All right, you're a pal. All right, you're a pal. Looks like the top from Tuesday held. Right, we were talking about this level. Right, looks like we came up and grabbed it at like 11:30, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and it really kind of that was a top. You can see it skirted along this one as well, and then used it to the downside. Um, right now, again, we're kind of looking for this. Right, this is a Harry Potter trade looking for a break. It's actually not too far off. It's only about 20 pips, so let's actually throw an alert on that one. This is the same as before. So we knew this was, again, it was a 618. We had an area here, push it pretty deep. Again, that's why it wasn't a great thing. Once we got the red, green, red, we kind of used the same thing. We pulled back up twice and grabbed it. And it just, we knew we were looking for a reversal at this point. And again, it's just been a slow deterioration. It really hasn't been news based, but it's just a slow deterioration down. I think right now we look for this to push all the way back down to 85 and have that potential. And again, we do need a little bit of help from the pound on this one. But the yen data, I'm sorry, the euro data hasn't been great. So yeah, could be every reason for this one to continue to push lower. Euro yen. All right, so euro yen. We talked about a soft. Again, this was an area that it didn't really leave so explosive, and then it kind of looks like it came in and hit it Wednesday yesterday morning, and we kind of hit it and pulled back again and right to a base, and then hit it again and pulled back again to that base, and then went up and base in there and finally cracked through it. So we can remove it. We didn't get to the 160. We were looking to get to actually to 160. Let's pull this. I don't care about that anymore. Yeah, we're looking for something up top. It made it to 159.76, so about 25 pips off on that one. Again, seeing the same weakness right now, right, that we're seeing in the euro pound. There is a zone up top. Oh, do we need this one? Kind of Harry Potter, but not enough room, so it's fine. So let's throw some things on this one. Mm, Hmm. Unfortunately, one, two, three, four. This not unfortunately, yes, it's a 50%, but there's a lot of. I mean, from there down, it's buyers, but like not clean, not fresh. Been there a few times. Um, Honestly, I think this green is probably a better option at this point. It's a bit deep. Kind of need to push down before it pulls back. At this point, I think being aggressive on this one may even be a better option here. Wonder if that'll be a better option. 15 pips, it's not even that big. Yeah, I think that's the best setup on this one right now. I think there's two potential shorts of this. Yeah, those are the two best setups on this one. As far as profit targets go, I think probably shoot for the 61.8. It's probably a decent push to the downside. Again, I wouldn't take a long off of that, but that's about a 62 pip drop to the downside. Again, I just don't. What? Here, give this to sister. Give that to sister. Um, as far as targets go, again, this one's moved a lot. It's too big of an area on a pair like this. It does have a 119 daily ATR, so it's got a lot of room, but oh, Jin singing. But it's just not the best of levels, unfortunately, to be able to draw it. So I like the two shorts on this one still. Again, this one is kind of putting it back up in that top 33%. So again, as far as the curve goes, top 33% is approximately in here. That would be kind of where we're looking to short. And again, it would be a decent pullback. It's a decent, decent zone. Drop, love the green candle, and then on the red I have it. So I'm good with that one as well. Pound dollar. So pound dollar. Yeah. So we talked to this one. We actually had a dot up here. We missed it by just a little bit yesterday morning. Um, we can remove these. Let's get these all kind of worked exactly how we thought. Pull that off. Pull this off. Pull this off. Um, this one rolled back as well. This did nothing, which is kind of surprising there, but that's fine. It was a news thing. And then we skyrocketed it up and we missed it by just a little tiny bit, which is fine. But we were looking for reversals at that level. Um, Funny, we missed it by literally just how much did we miss that by? 1.3. So yeah, I missed the turn by the 1.3. So again, I don't like the 78.6, but somebody was playing the 78.6. And again, it was a kind of a nice move in that one. So right now we've had such of a big pullback from that one. Let's see, will we get any assistance on this side? Maybe, maybe there's an all right there. There's an okay level there. It's all right. I don't love it. It's okay. Um, I mean, I here's the thing. I like this being Yeah, I see it, buds. I'd like this one continue to deteriorate to the downside. This is a lot to chop through. Not that it can't grind through there in preparation for tomorrow, but ideally, again, I don't think. I think this is probably no, no. I don't want you to touch that. He's really into plugging things in at this point. It's 104 pips. I don't know that we can get any comments today to drop this 104 pips. Um, There's no pound data to kind of just it's a lot, right? It's a lot. So I'm kind of wondering if this level of basing here is going to be how we set this one up in the next 24 hours. That would require another 50 pips. It could actually hit that today and then take off before then. Um, it's a little bit deep in the curve. It is in the bottom though. I'm wondering, and again, because it is a confirmed level, if that's what we're looking at. Right? Again, there's a lot in there. It's going to be slow. Again, it's going to have to grind through it, and then that may again all that grind should exhaust it, and then turn it back to the top side. Um, it is rather small. It's about 15 pips, so not a bad base trade. But looking for some type of a bounce. I mean, um, ideally there, right? But I don't think this one is necessarily. Oh, he's built himself like a clubhouse. What here? You want me to put something in there for you? Here, here, I'll put this in there. Trick or treat. Um, yeah. Um, so yeah, yeah. I think 126.21 is really what we're kind of looking for on this one. It's the best thing I got on it right now. It's a decent level. It's confirmed. It's bottom of the curve. It doesn't really necessarily match up with the 61.8 or 78. Um, but it's close. It's close. Pound yen. Okay, we talked about last week. Again, we had sellers coming in around 68. We talked about 185.80, right? 185.80. It came up to a high of 186.04. So it came right up into that zone that we were talking about. Again, the zone was originally formed right there, and that's what we were doing it off of. And again, this was the front run of that zone. So, yeah, nice little turn. It's now pushed back. Let's see. This one we chopped through and hit it again. I don't need that one there. I'm gonna pull this one too. Let me see here. Skip is now trolling Jin. I hear no buds. Did come back. Look at that. Actually, hey Jin, I'm in the middle of a webinar. Could you just chill? I know it's buds. I know. She has zero tolerance. Not that she's not justified, but I mean he's stealing all her stuff. Um, he'll literally grab her tablet. He'll stand on it. He's kind of a menace. Hip. Yeah. So this one's in a little bit right now. And again, all this was is a 50% retracement. There was the zone in there. And again, having it turn right at 9:30 at session turnover. So not much I can do with this one right now. It's already in. Pound CAD or dollar CAD. All right, so dollar CAD. It looks like profit target was hit. So Tuesday at 9, we hit this reversal target. So at 9:30, we're sitting up here. You can see target 1, target 2, target 3 all went through. Target 3 ended up getting used for a push all the way to the downside. Now, we talked about 135.20 is where we'd want to take profit. It looks like it went down to 135.14. So it did go 6 pips past our profit target. And that's where we're sitting right now to the downside from where we were before. So that one is out. So right now, easy to do this. Yeah. Ooh, there's two. One right there is not bad. I think the 60. I think that's better. She's like, get out. He's like, oh, I'm gonna take your tablet. You want me to get out? I'll get out. I'm gonna take your tablet. Okay, what you got? Bring it to Dada. She's making sure the people. So, do I like the 135? Not so much as like a buy. I mean, it's been down here. You can see it's hit it. It's hit it. It's hit it. It's hit it. It's hit it much of times. 135 is a gigantic number. It's extremely important. They talk about the 135 being high and low. Again, 135, 130, 125 are all big ones for the dollar CAD. I think it will kind of act as a. Jim, why don't you show them how to put them in the tire? You know the tire that opens up. You can put all the cars in the tire. Why don't you show them how to do that real quick? Yeah, thank you, buds. It's in the other room. It's in my room. Can you go grab it? Okay, thanks, buds. Um, I do think there will be buyers coming in here. Is it the best of levels? No. Is it one that we see bounces off of a lot? Heck yeah. If we can keep ourselves down here for tomorrow, could it be a dollar strength based move? Sure, but I would kind of expect this one to come up. I'd actually rather take this one short tomorrow with the news, the way that it's looking on all the other pairs. If we can get up to 135.80, again, it is a 61.8. It's a pullback. There was a little bit of a front run at the 50, the 50 now, not back here. But I do like the way that this zone looks better. I like that it's a one candle and then a continued push versus how this one really, really chopped through. Ideally, I'd like to be over here. And it's 11 pips for 33. So well inside of the range that we like. Dollar Swiss. So dollar Swiss also rallying up. And again, with this rally, seeing this dollar come in, there you go. Look, we hit the target and then we ended up using that target yesterday morning. Not bad. And then did we turn here? Yep, we turned there. Let's pull this one off. I think that one's good. Kind of the same thinking on this one. Yeah, 34 pips there, here, down. Base in there too. Two, three. So yeah, I don't think we're getting all the way down unless there's something major. 77 pips, 61 pip ATR. Um, Come on. What do you, but no, 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 no. Get it there. Okay. I was like, what is he stealing? Sometimes it's kind of hard. You can hear like the sound of certain toys. You're like, all right, this is what he's trying to do. And then depending on how Jin reacts, just making sure that like, oh. So I kind of like this one either direction. There's a zone here, but it's been here like 3 or 4 times. You can see here, here, and then again, nice response off of it, but it's hit number 4, so I think it's pretty dangerous to be able to punch through that one. Just really leery when that whenever that happens. So, it is what it is. This one's set up for non-farm tomorrow. I think either of those two is great. I think the likelihood of it going higher, again, if we punch higher, it only needs to go 44 pips. Absolutely can do that from now till then. If it sets itself up there, I'd like it to kind of turn and roll back to the downside. Oops. Dollar yen. So we're looking for a pop. It didn't go all the way back up. It ended up getting stuck around yesterday morning and then pulled back down and grabbed those levels again. So we got the right move. It started kind of going back up again, but again, this 146 is just too strong. And you can see we're still at 146.10. We've been here since 10:30 on Tuesday. We've been in the same level, right? So again, it is 10:13 right now. Whoops, not that one. Let's see. There's a 10:30 candle. There's where we're 16 pips difference since Tuesday. Um, having some problems. We punch through this. Let's set this one up for again. Don't need this one. Actually, let me run bouncing off of here. All right, let's set this one up too. Um, this is my least favorite to trade tomorrow. Just so you guys know, unless something magical happens in the next 24 hours, this is my of all the setups. This would be the one that I'm least excited about. We're literally running right down the middle of the channel. And the middle of the channel just happens to be 146. Um, there's a small test here. I mean, there's a smaller channel in this one too. But right now I'd really like to see again, this is another one of those ones where it's kind of like, hey, I want to know what happens from there to there. See if we go up, see if we go down. There's smaller zones in here. Could potentially we do something here? Sure. Right. Could we potentially also do something here? Potentially. Right. But you can see how we're just bouncing back and forth between the two sides of the channel. Um, would I use either of those for news? Probably not. Not loving either of those two as much for news. Okay. So yeah, ideally 147.16 and 144.71 are the two that we're looking for. TLT really trying to grind, not doing much. Let's go look at oil. Oil taking off. Wrong direction. We're getting rid of that winter gas. And again, why? Why the spike? Could be because there is a hurricane. I think it's a small one. I haven't like I said yesterday I like kind of disconnected from electronics. I think it's like what, a level 3, I think somebody said. I saw once it gets to the East Coast, like it's gonna cut across Georgia, I guess. excuse me, Florida, Georgia, somewhere in there. And I saw that it's only, and then it's like when it starts to slow, it's only 60-mile-an-hour winds, so it's nothing too crazy. Um, Again, I think we're probably looking for a top up here. There's an area of sellers here. It's a super choppy, like again, pop, 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 and then a strong push out. So super, super choppy. This one drop. So hey, there's your Wednesday morning, the 8181 from Tuesday. We had the 8181 level drawn in there. I just extended this across, right? It was from here, right? There's your 8181, and look at that. At 11:30 yesterday, came right back down, and there you go. So the 8181 from Tuesday, guess what? 1 to 3 right there. And then we've driven back up again. So I would say for me, I think this is here. Again, I think this is partially raised because of again the hurricane making landfall and all that kind of stuff. So um, um, yeah, if you're looking, I don't think it's actually a bad area to take shorts from, right? Um, Again, we have oil inventory today. I don't know that it makes that much of a difference, right? I think right now everything's going to be on Mother Nature. So, yeah, I would say again, this is one of those ones where if you know how to do spreads, not a bad spread, right? Not a bad spread. Natural gas. All right, so natural gas again, kind of the same things popping up. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then smash through, went all the way back up top. It looks like it actually did it need the top? Uh, like there's where the top would be. Did we use it? Did we use it? We did. Um, I think this one's just a little bit farther ahead, so we can remove this. Let's clean this one up. Get a lot of this stuff off. Let's pull this, pull this. I want it clean. We don't hold that still. That's good. This hasn't retraced back yet. We broke through those guys. That level is still good. Um, let's run fibs this direction. See if there's any zones that are really lining up. Yeah, there's a 23.6 right there. Yeah, so right now I would say, targets for shorts, I would say here. No, stop, Kip. Get up. Stop. I know what you're doing. What are you doing? No. Come on. Get. Go. 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 These are the two targets to the downside. 263, 255. It is going to find some buyers right here again. This is a technically traded market. I do think as well, again, for the same reason for crude, I think this one probably turns and flips. Um, Again, more bearish focus. What? Jen, turn my TV on, please. Turn the TV on, please. Okay. Gold. So gold's peaked very, very high. You can see we fought. Oh my God, we fought. And then again, Wednesday at 9, we had that surge in the data, right? Because again, the data was horrible. And then what did it do? It found a top and is now pushed back down again, right? It found the top right there, pulled back, and is trying to push through these buyers. So the old buyers, and again, we knew this wasn't an ideal level. There we go. What? This button right here. Go point it. Go tell me when it's on. Um, so gold, I think gold probably turns and pushes to the downside right now. Again, if we have this continued dollar strength, you're seeing it, right? If you look at the Dixie, you're saying, hey, listen, it's rallying. I mean, it's moving, right? It's been moving since yesterday morning or yesterday afternoon at 1 o'clock. What is gold doing? Nothing. So gold is kind of poised high right now. I'd like to see it kind of pushing back down. Right now, it's not telling me which direction it's going to go in. It's kind of stabilized itself. It should start moving in one of the two directions, up or down. Um, which one? I don't know yet. It's not telling me. So, but I do believe. What? It's this one. Aim it at. Go stand next to it. Aim at the TV and hit the button. Okay, and tell me when it turns on. You'll see the white button. It'll light up white. Um, so for me right now, Purely this chart, I'm looking for it to go down. I do think obviously tomorrow's non-farm payroll number. Again, can you play gold with non-farm? Sure, you can, but I think the currency trades are easier to do it. Okay, but right now, on a technical level, it looks like it's going to push back down. Um, did it work, Jen? Okay, then don't worry about it. 1917 looks to be where our downside target is right now. But again, probably some drama in here, maybe even a little Harry Potter trade coming in, right there if we can get down that low, right before the news. Silver. Silver is already having the pullback. You can see I drive this high. It came up and magically it came up to 25. And you know how we talked about 135 in dollar CAD? Well, guess what? 25 is in silver. And came up, grabbed that yesterday morning, and then turned and reversed all the way back down again. So it did push through. This one didn't actually make it to a 1 to 3. It made it about 2/3 of the way through. We pushed through this one. That's what's fine. Um, let's see. It didn't work. I was trying to see if she got to work. Um, right now we're kind of sitting in the middle of the range. I would say there's probably like there's a Harry Potter over there. There's probably going to be a little Harry Potter trade here. Trying to push back into here. Um, again, the big play on this one is going to be obviously non-farm. This will be a mover for non-farm. Again, it's going to move a little bit more. It's going to be more speculative than what we see typically in gold. So there'll be more movement over here. All right. Let's see what we got. Apple. Apple going crazy. Tesla also peaked very, very high. Everything's bouncing high. We got VIX wise. Yeah, VIX is down. Holding. Dollar. Up at that 50, and you can see it. A little bit of red candle. We're kind of chopping. We're having a harder time now. um. All right. ES. Anything on the no. Wow. Very flat. Anything tested in the overnight here? No. No. 930 came down, but no. That's pretty ugly. Let's see. Let's bring this all the way up. It's a decent level to 23 though, with a quick little hit there. We'll see what it does. If this comes back down again, there could be a potential buy right here. Right, 4503.75. Again, if this pulls back down again, this is the high. This is the 23.6, and it did kind of form the base here. Used it, kind of Harry Pottered it here, and then kind of a quick surge, and the buyer stepped in. So there's probably some buyers sitting in there. But as far as opening print goes for today, no, unfortunately, not a zone that you're willing to take long. This 915 actually did. So it looks like there's a 5 and then a confirmation here. Small though. It's a small one. For the top, all the wicks are. Hold on. Yeah, all the wicks are right. There's your base. There's your base. There's your touch. 1 to 3. So that one's out. So there you go. Again, overnight level with a confirmation. Came up, pulled it, and then boom. So there's your confirmed level. Again, right at the open. Yeah. The little green right there was the 915 candle. So yeah. Yeah. Let's see. YM. Did we have anything on YM? 915. No. 915 was here. And then this one pulled up. This was just a continuation. This actually grabbed the top side. So not an opening print. But again, downtrend came up, grabbed it at the 930, and it's a nice push. This would have been a nice little grab. Again, not opening print, not the opening print based rule set we're using, but it is a trade that you could have taken. There's 1 to 3, so you would have been out. Spike up and boom, right down. Um, Again, a red, green, red confirmation, right? And then it pulled up and grabbed it. So yeah, not bad. Russell, nope. The 915, 930, he was down here. It's the same level, but this one was a little sketchier because you had this over here, right? You could have said, well, wait a second, there's a zone right here. Yeah, there is. Yeah, you could have said that that was a confirmed level, but it was kind of a level that was originally meant here, so a little bit different. But had you taken it, you were fine. I mean, it would have taken off. I'm not going to count it. I'm not going to draw it. It's definitely past 1 to 3. A little bit sketchy on this one. The other trade was a better looking trade, better looking zone. Again, this is the same thing. 545 confirmed at 7. Drove down into it for the open. So I mean, again, it technically did everything, but the other was a much better trade. So I'm not going to count this one, even though if you would have traded this one, it would have worked out just fine. Okay. All right. So that's it for today. Like I said, big things out there. I would expect crude. Again, it's at like it's at 83 now, right? Again, once that hurricane blows through and the world's not ending, probably fine. Let's look at crude real quick. Is it holding it all? No, it's not. I was trying to see if it was stabilizing at all. Suppose that natural gas is actually supposed to go up. Natural gas is supposed to go. We'll see. We'll see. This will move a little bit from the natural gas thing, but nothing crazy. It's not really taking off. Same thing. 40 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah. Let this one climb. I think once all is clear, hurricane, hot weather, I think this one starts to fall back down again. So we'll see. All right. Let's go ahead and do the drawing then. All right. So we got Briggs, Debbie, Marina, Will, and Neuro in right now. I will give it to 2:30. Give it the official 30 seconds. God, I don't want to move. Kip is laying on the floor. It's like, oh god. All right. 15 seconds to go. I need some music so I can just hit the button. I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to have like my mom. Once my mom's recovered, I need to like update everything. There's so many things I have to do. I gotta tell you, Jin, I can get so much stuff done. With Kip, he's a million times more difficult. All right, let's close it down. I went a little bit over. All right, winner of today's drawing is not Ernest. Marina. Oh, she takes it with 1. Lady Luck is back. I don't know, Nora. I feel like Marina has just, I feel like she keeps just, I don't know. Where is it over here? Leaderboard. Let's give her 25. Right here. And give her 25. So, yeah. She's been coming out like gangbusters. Like, didn't she have like Monday, Tuesday? Like, last week she had almost a triple last week. She didn't show up for the triple. Or maybe you did get the triple. I forget. Maybe you did get the triple. So, yeah, she's back on the streak again. Yeah, Ernest is he's not here. Can't play, or he knew that it was rigged. So maybe I don't know. Anyway, I will be back on tomorrow morning. We'll be here. Remember, all this data comes in at 8:30, so we'll be playing with it. Look to see what it does. I say this every single time, and most times it is working. Right? Look to see where the price moves from, say 7 to 8:30, and if it pushes into a zone, that tends to be where the market's going to move and bounce off of. So again, it's kind of one of those telltale signs. It's how we did all our news-based trading back in the day with Nidec. So with that, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good one. Thank you again for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it on Discord. I did see them, but unfortunately, like I said, dealing with Kip was a fun day yesterday. So with that, I'm out of here. Thank you guys again. I'll see you tomorrow.